The rest of it is just arithmetic. Alright, good.
But isn't it supposed to be like keywords within the sentence that tell you the operation?
Yeah. Normally, yeah, let's see if there's anything here. Chucker in one period, Clay and Pullman. Chucker lasts 7.5 minutes. Find the length of time. So now here, they don't tell you, you know, they don't give you product, they don't give you a word like product, or, you know, times, or anything like that. So you have to look at it, and these are more of practical, everyday type of problems, so that they don't necessarily have to give you the actual, word to operate from. So in that case, we have to look at it and decide, okay, if we have 7.5 minutes and one chucker, and we want to know how long time is 4 chuckers, then we're going to want to do, we can't, we're not going to subtract. If you're not sure, then there's only 4 operations that we're working with: add, subtract, multiply, divide. So if you're not sure, start eliminating. Well, okay, we're not going to add them, we're not going to subtract, and then just go from there. Okay? All right. Any other questions there? Okay, page 127. We're going to look at problem number 11, but that one's on the homework, so I'm going to modify it. So we're going to call this problem number 11 modified. Okay, this is problem 111. So problem 111 states a real estate developer, they've got purchases with 25.5 acres, and I'm going to change that to 24.5 acres. So the purchase is, I changed it to 24 and 1/2, and that's in acres. Of land, and plans to set aside, well, I'm going to change 3 acres to 4. So he's going to set aside 4 acres for an entranceway to a housing development to be built on the property. Each house he built he's got 3/4 acre, I changed that to 1/2 acre. Of land. How many houses does the developer plan to build on the property? Okay? Alright, so here we have, he's got, let's draw a picture of this land. He's got 24 acres, right, of land. But he needs to set aside 4 acres, right, for an entranceway. We'll call this our entranceway right here. Okay, so what do you think we have to do after we set aside 4 acres? How many acres of land are left? I mean, yeah, we want to know after he sets aside the 4 acres for like his drive, for his entranceway, how many acres is left to develop on? Well, what do? Subtract, right. And so we're going to subtract, what are we going to subtract here?
24 and a half.
Right, we're going to subtract 24 and 1/2 from, yeah, we're going to subtract 4 from 24 and a half, right? Okay, now, as long as the mixed fraction is in the numerator, I said you could go ahead and subtract it straight, but I told you, you could go ahead and just borrow, just for consistency, and that way you know that you're always gonna, you don't have to worry about, well, when do I borrow? So we'll just stick with that. But here we have 24, so that means we have to borrow a 1 from the 24, make that 23. And so that makes it 23 and 2/2 plus 1. So what we have here is 23 and 2/2 plus 1/2 is going to equal to 23 and 3/2. And then here we have 3 and 2/2. Okay, we have to do that because we can't subtract 2 from 1, right? So now that gives us 3 minus 2 is 1/2. Okay, so now we have how many acres left? 20 and 1/2. Okay, so now we want to know how many houses will be built. We want to know how many houses.
When you divide 1/2 into 20 and a half?
Right. So we've got 20 and 1/2 divided by 1/2. But what do we have to do first? Right, convert our mixed fraction to an improper fraction, right? So this would be 20 times 2 is 40 plus 1 is 41, right, over 2. And then here we can do what?
Flip it.
Flip and multiply the reciprocal, right? 2 over 1. Okay, and then what can we do?
Cancel.
Cancel the 2's, right. And so we have how many houses?
41.
41 houses that we can build on 41 lots. Okay? Any questions with that? Okay, let's take a look at problem